I've played a lot of Football Manager in my life. This is something that you may or may not know. I'm actually recording this right before I start a new Football Manager save on stream, which means by the time you're watching this, I've already done that. So you missed the very exciting day, which sucks. But, it was, in my defense, something that I tried to warn you about by recording it in a video that would only come out after it happened. So it was your fault for not knowing. I'm not off track here. In Football Manager, you get screwed a lot, right? You're managing a team, you get a lot more XG, whatever. You're in France, you get 90 points, PSG gets 100, right? That's a reality of life in Football Manager. You're going to get screwed all the time. But every once in a while, there is something that kind of comes along in real life, that happens in real life, that you don't see coming and is worse than anything that could possibly happen to anybody on Football Manager. When I tell you, I got tagged in this maybe over 100 times. I mean, I realize this channel is growing, obviously, but I was pretty sure that was just bots my mom purchased and people that showed up to bully me about not running, or people that wanted to deduct Everton a couple more points every time we published a video. I had no idea that these were people that were actually going to be tagging me in things, but this is the most I've ever been tagged in one particular story, and it feels very, very Football Manager to me. It's why I led it with the Football Manager stuff. But thank you to all of you for pointing me in this direction, because as ingrained as I am in the football universe, as intently as I pay attention to everything happening in the world of football, I do not pay attention normally to the Swedish women's 4th division. But it is worth today paying attention to the Swedish women's 4th division, because they finished their season. They only play 18 matches for some ungodly reason. There's 10 teams in the group, so 18 matches will be playing the other 9 teams twice. So I think I figured out the ungodly reason that they play 18 matches. But the season is over. And the season has ended with one unbeaten team. I think you might be able to figure out where we're going with this. That one unbeaten team played 18 matches, won 15, drew 3, right? And was destined to be the league champion by virtue of the fact that no team was able to turn up and beat them at all at any point in the season, except for the fact that they didn't win the league. I'm talking about Ängelholms FF, and that is also not the most remarkable part of this entire story. You see, the league winners were Ljungbyeds IF, who managed to win 16 of the 18 matches with 1 draw and 1 loss. Now, I have tried. I cannot find the actual results from these teams in the Swedish women's 4th division. I can't find it. So I don't know who they lost to. I'm assuming one of their draws was one of Ängelholm's 3 draws over the course of the season, but Ljungbyeds had a plus 107 goal difference and 49 points. That was the best goal difference in the league over the course of the entire season. But it is not the most remarkable thing that happened in this league over the course of the season, because the most remarkable thing that happened was the fact that Ängelholms FF, the team that went unbeaten over the entire year, lived out Jose Mourinho's wet dream here and did not concede a goal the entire season. The entire year, Ängelholms did not concede a single goal. Now, granted, it is only 18 matches. This is like less than half of a Premier League season that they're actually playing out here. But still, to not concede a single goal over 18 matches over the run of the entire season that you have set to play and not win the league should be impossible. There should be a caveat in the rules that states that if you do not concede a goal over the course of an entire season, you deserve to win the league. That should be in the official FIFA rulebook. I would not have a single problem with that. If you are so unbelievably good at keeping the ball out of the back of the net that you can play everybody in your entire league twice and not give up a goal, you should win the league. Not to mention, if you also are unable, if you're unbeaten, you should also win the league. It's remarkable when teams go unbeaten and they don't win the league. It's not like they were a drawing machine. They failed to win 1 less match than Ljungbyeds, right? They only drew 3 of their 18 matches they had to play the entire season. Back in the day, if we were given 1 point for a draw and 2 points for a win, like they were in the olden days, it would have been Ängelholm's season to win. But if we don't do that anymore, I forget when it changed. I'm not that old, I promise. I only remember them giving 3 points for this sort of stuff. But they used to do that. Engelholms would have been the league winner. But no, now we're over-rewarding victories, and Ljungberg is stealing it. But the weird thing is, it's not like Ljungberg is terrible, right? I mean, a goal difference of plus 107 in 18 matches, that in itself is remarkable. But they lost a match. They lost a match to somebody that's not even Engelholms. They lost to somebody else. Actually, wait. They lost to Engelholms. Because either Engelholms drew them both times or beat them. So, no, come on. Now you're telling me that Ljungberg did not beat Engelholms. It doesn't seem like they beat Engelholms. I can't look this up for sure. So Engelholms didn't concede a goal, went unbeaten, and managed to get 4 points from 2 matches, it would seem. Right? At the very least, yeah, they had to get 4 points from 2 matches because Engelholms didn't lose, which means Ljungberg could not have beaten them. But Ljungberg must have tied Engelholms once because Ljungberg only has 1 loss on the season, which means Engelholms drew and beat Ljungberg over the course of this season. They just drew 2 other teams, and that's the reason that they didn't actually win the league. So Engelholms got 4 points in 2 matches against the team that finished above them, went unbeaten and did not concede a goal, and still managed to not win the league. This is the most severe FMing I might have ever possibly seen. Like, I don't know. Now, shout out to Sport Bible, as they seem to, Jack Canmere here, seems to have tracked down the goalkeeper, spoke to, I don't know what this is, HD Sweden here. But the 17-year-old goalkeeper, Nelly Bingson, talked about the 18 clean sheets in a row. It feels very good that we succeeded, she said. If you think about it, it's pretty easy to concede a goal. 1 mistake is enough, and it rolls in. That is true. They also talked to the coach, a guy named Ulf Johansson, which is basically what you get when you ask ChatGPT to generate a Swedish name for you. When asked about how it's even possible to achieve such a feat, Johansson said through a high defensive game, the right attitude, direct recapture, and a good goalkeeper is the melody of being able to keep a clean sheet in so many games. Now, the reason I was tagged in this maybe even 100 times is because there were multiple viral posts about this, and that led to a lot of funny responses, including, like their goalie must be fuming and stuff. But please tell me one of the 3 draws was against Tjarnaps, who got only 1 point all season with a huge negative goal difference. Which brings us back to this table. Something you probably didn't notice is that at the other end of the table, there was equally impressive amounts of drama. Tjarnaps produced a minus 110 goal difference in 18 matches. That's even more impressive than Ljungberg's plus 107 goal difference headed in the other direction. They managed just 1 point all year. And honestly, I don't know. I can't find out. If that draw was against Engelholms, then that is the only way that I could possibly imagine Engelholms not deserving to win the league, is if they drop the draw against the one team that didn't get a win all season. But the Swedish 4th division has produced arguably one of the most insane seasons that anyone could have possibly imagined. I've simulated leagues on Football Manager hundreds of times and never had anything that got anywhere near this. Maybe the best part of this entire article, though, is they have crowned them the Invisibles, as the team that's gone invincible and not even conceded a goal but still not managed to win the league trophy. And based off the way this Twitter account's presented this information, it looks like Engelholms is going to have to go into some sort of playoff or something in order to try to gain promotion. So that's insult to injury here that Ljungberg is getting what looks like the only automatic promotion spot, and Engelholms has to go into whatever the Swedish lower women's divisions are going to use to try and determine who's getting promoted or not, along with Västra Korups, the other team that, in most things considered, won 13 of 18 matches and had a pretty good season. But I think it's fair to say that there were 2 teams that were a cut above the rest. But if I am a manager, I am going right to Ulf Johansson, and I'm asking for the secret defensive sauce here. I am asking for the secret defensive sauce, because there's got to be something. I'm sorry. Goals go in on accident. I mean, the 17-year-old goalkeeper was right, talking about, look, one weird bounce, one weird mistake, ball ends up at the back of the net. There's got to be some sort of black magic voodoo, you got the little dolls and you're animating the other team. I don't know what's going on, right? Pogba's brothers probably know what's going on here. They're probably the ones behind this, right? They're cursing the other team. They can't score. This should be impossible. All right, this should be completely impossible. If you were in a promotion relegation system. You should not be able to end up in a league where you don't concede a goal for 18 matches. I'm getting this guy on the phone right away if I'm Pep Guardiola, and I'm asking for the secrets because I want to know those damn secrets. I have to know the secrets. Then I will be watching the Swedish Women's 4th Division next year just to see what happens with Ängelholms. I need to know.